We all want audio that sounds amazing for our streams, for our YouTube videos, and in our voice chat while gaming. But who wants to pay for those massive prices of microphones? Today, we're taking a deeper look at the FIFINE K688 XLR and USB microphone. If you're wondering how it stacks up against some other more expensive, very popular microphones, you might want to stick around. Welcome back to the Pixel Pub. My name is Devin. Here we help gamers, streamers, and content creators game more and stress less about their tech. Cheers to FIFINE for sending this microphone out to me to test, play with, and for letting me share my honest opinions. And an extra cheers to Casey Game On for hosting another amazing LAN party. I actually took this microphone with me and stress tested it the whole weekend. Cheers. So not only is the K688 cheaper than a brand new Nintendo Switch 2 game, it's also an XLR and USB capable microphone. First, we're going to take it out of the box. I already took it out of the box. I filmed it before. I'm not going to put it back in the box. I already filmed that whole part. I just wanted to record everything with this microphone so you can see what it sounds like. But either way, we'll talk through some of the standout features as well as test this out against two favorites in the content creator world, the Elgato Wave 3 as well as the legendary Logitech Blue Yeti microphone. Can this budget microphone from FIFINE really compete with these two legendary microphones that are double the price? Let's find out. So first, let's unbox the FIFINE K688. And just to be clear, I am still using the K688 microphone. Again, this is a voiceover. That's how it works. So I'm recording the voiceover with the microphone as I'm opening the box. Amazon decided to ship it in the manufacturer's packaging, which means there was this nasty sticker all over the front that I couldn't for the life of me get off of it. But we've got the manual on top as well as an included USB-C to USB-A cable, as well as a 5/8 to 3/8 inch adapter for boom arms and mic stands. And then we have the K688 dynamic microphone itself. Solid feeling enough of a build, a shock mount already attached, which costs extra for some of these microphones, and pretty much plug and play ready as long as you bring your own boom arm or mic stand. So let's talk about really quick what makes this microphone interesting for gamers, streamers, and content creators. So first off, we have XLR and USB support. This is great if you want to just start right out of the box. Most people have a USB cable laying around. You get one in the box, plugs into literally any computer on the face of the planet, and is going to just work for the most part. And this is literally plugged directly into the Pixel Pub PC right back here. I'm not going to be doing any audio effects. I'm not going to be doing any sort of compression. This is how this mic sounds right out of the box. I did have to turn the gain up just a little bit. It is a little bit on the quieter side, but again, that's something pretty darn easy to do within OBS or even just Windows. There is a tap to mute button on this microphone as well. It's on the bottom of the microphone here, so I can't exactly show you, but I can test it out, and that's as easy as it is to mute and unmute the microphone. I'm sure that there are different ways that I could mount this microphone to make it a little more accessible, to make it either on the top or the side, but the way that I immediately put it on, it's on the bottom, which isn't, again, a huge deal, but I have bumped it a few times already, accidentally muting myself. Luckily, it's a pretty solid green or red indicator that lets you know whether it is muted or not, so hopefully it doesn't happen too often. It also has the monitoring volume and gain on the bottom of the microphone, which, to be fair, I think I kind of like how the other microphones have it on the front of the microphone rather than on the bottom. When you're talking into a microphone like this, it's easier to just manage this, on the front versus actually having to lean over and figure out and try to figure out where where that dial is. Is it the right one? You know, without bending down, looking, without turning everything around, messing up where my microphone is. It's a little bit harder, I think, to actually feel where those are and see those kinds of things. But again, for the most part, I think that's a small setup detail. I don't think everybody is actively turning up and down their gain on their microphone on a regular basis in the middle of stream, so probably not a huge deal. This is also an end addressing dynamic microphone. This is actually can be big for streamers. It is directly point at your mouth between 2 to 6 inches, but it really helps reject room noise without any fancy software, without making it sound worse. You'll notice this when I turn the other microphones on, as they are not end addressing microphones. But you can notice as soon as I move to the other side of the microphone, I'm still just as close as I was before, but I am on the side of it, and you can tell that it gets much quieter than when I talk directly into the microphone. As well as if I move away, if I start moving back, probably about 5 feet away from the microphone at this point, still talking the same level as I was before. So you can see how much this microphone just out of the box is going to be canceling out that audio from the rest of the room. So it is important that this microphone be close to your face. Just know that going into it. But this is also one of those things that is not going to be great for, sitting down and having a couple of people around this microphone. This is a single person microphone, which again is probably for most streamers. It does as well have a full metal body and the shock mount included windscreen. These honestly feel fine. It's a little bit lighter than these other microphones, but again, at the end of the day, it's on a microphone stand. As long as it works, as long as it sounds good, that's really what this is all about. So honestly, the microphone feels fine. The only piece that I'm a little bit worried about is actually this plastic piece where it actually connects to the mic arm itself, is plastic, and that probably is the only thing that I would worry too much about. If that's going to be probably the first thing to break if anything did, but again, not something that I'm worried about day one taking this out of the box. All right, so in just a minute, we're going to test out how these microphones sound together. I'm going to plug them all in via the same USB cable so they get the same opportunity as this microphone. And I'm not planning on adjusting any of the audio. Just making sure that within OBS, it's bouncing within that yellow area of the microphone so I get around the same volume. All right, so here is the same voice line across all 3 microphones. No post-processing, just raw recordings. You are currently listening to the FIFINE K688 microphone. Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to the Pixel Pub. My name is Devin. And this is one of the reasons why I recommend a decent microphone arm like one of my favorites here from Geekoto. You are now listening to the audio from the Yeti Classic. Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to the Pixel Pub. My name is Devin. Cheers. So unfortunately, I don't have another mic stand, as well as just a heads up, this took me about 10 minutes to get the Elgato Wave microphone plugged in and working on my Linux machine back here. Yes, the Pixel Pub PC is running on Linux, so look forward to OBS and streaming tutorials on Linux sometime soon. Let me know if that's something that is interesting to you, but also just something to note that neither of the other 2 microphones had any issues while the Elgato Wave was a little bit, took a little bit more finagling, but it is working as you can hear right now. Either way, you are now listening to the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to the Pixel Pub. My name is Devin. Cheers. All right, we're back with the FIFINE K688. Let's be honest, I didn't want to hold that microphone the rest of the video. But make sure you let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments. A lot of the times you can tell whether you're getting better or worse audio. But with these 3 microphones, for the most part, the audio coming out of these is going to be just fine. It really comes down to personal preference. Which of these three did you like the sound of the best? I really think that if you're a streamer who's on a budget but still wants some pro audio quality, the K688 might just be the new best microphone you could choose. With XLR available for later upgrades, USB to start easy right now, this microphone sounds great for Twitch streamers, YouTubers, podcasters, especially if you don't want to sound treat your entire room. So what do you think? Does this $50 microphone punch above its weight class? Let me know and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.